Hi, my name's Joe Greiner, and I had a kidney transplant at the Cleveland Clinic. And I'm making this video to make sure that nobody else has to go through the same kind of problems that I had to go through. Basically, my Aunt Chris gave me, or donated a kidney to me, and when we went and had the surgery, after the surgery, which they botched, by the way, and killed her kidney, but the kidney was still put inside of me anyhow when they knew that it was damaged. She, about a week or so after the surgery, she had to go back to the hospital and was in serious pain and had all kinds of lesions and stuff inside of her stomach and in her body. And I had to go back maybe a couple days after she did. And I was in there for a month where they did pretty much aimless tests, just ran me through the gauntlet of tests, knowing well that they had damaged the kidney and that was the problem, that it wasn't rejection at all. So after a month of that, they finally decided they were going to go inside and take out the kidney. And once they took it out, it was septic and was days away from breaking open and killing, possibly killing me by the poison that the kidney had become. And my Aunt Chris had gotten so sick that she had to have fluid pumped out of her constantly because they had injured her so bad from the surgery, and it ended up that she's not allowed to have children now because the clinic destroyed that kidney and injured her so badly inside.
Yeah, and everybody knows what it's like to go back on dialysis after you.
Yeah, I went back on dialysis. I went from peritoneal to the regular dialysis through a port either in your chest or in your arm. And I was on that for almost a year and a half afterwards, which I would have never had to have even gone on that type of dialysis and go through all that pain and extra surgeries to get dialysis catheters put in my body and this and that.
And it's such a shame for somebody to give an organ out of the goodness of their heart, and then somebody just throws it in the trash can and leaves them with all these problems.
Not to mention covers it up and pretends like it was a rejection, not a bad kidney that they just shoved inside of me to let die.
Yeah, they pretty much ignored you and Chris after the surgery. They just...
The whole month that I was in there, my surgeon did not come in once.
Yeah, they wouldn't see Chris either. They just kept telling her she had gas problems from the laparoscopic surgery, but that's not what was wrong with her. Actually, our local hospital found out what was wrong with her. And, of course, we're a kidney family. There's 6 of us now.
6 people in our family have had kidney transplants.
So, you're not saying don't donate. We're not saying don't donate your organs to people.
Don't go to the Cleveland Clinic.
Yeah, don't go to the Cleveland Clinic.
Because they have no respect for your life or your anything. No respect, no care.
Yeah, there's plenty of other good hospitals that respect life, that do a good job, that have good outcomes. Cleveland Clinic is rated as not having very good outcomes after 3 years for their kidney transplants because, in my opinion, they're always just in a hurry to run them through the line and get as many in their statistics as they can.
Not to mention once you actually get into the hospital after your surgery and where they have understaffed nursing departments and overpacked rooms and overpacked hallways with not enough nurses to make it to you, so you're just kind of left there.
Yeah, it's just a terrible thing that this kind of thing has to happen there, that they have to, their publicity is really like their only god. They used our family, don't you think? They used our family for publicity.
For their little kidney symposium video to all the other kidney doctors, they used our surgery as a reference point for it, and then once they found out that I was injured and sick and kidney was all fucked up, that they just decided that they'd cover it up and try to say that it was my kidney having
Rejection.
just having a rejection, and not that it's just a black lump of death inside of my body at that point.
Cut it.
And after all these surgeries and problems and back to the hospitals and had to have a second transplant because obviously the first one didn't work, I lost my job and I've been out of work for almost 2 years now. Can't find a job, nobody will hire me. My aunt lost her job, she has no insurance. If she gets sick or anything, she's unable to go anywhere, any hospitals, any doctors, anything. She can't pay for anything, no bills can be paid for. I'm still living at home with my parents because I was unable to have any money to move out of the house. So.
Yeah, and after all this time, even with Chris, all the stuff that she has been through at the clinic, she had to have additional surgery also, and her insurance wouldn't pay for the additional surgery. She was sick so long that they told her that all these problems were the Cleveland Clinic's fault, and they didn't want to pay for the surgery. So the Cleveland Clinic garnished her wages at the time when she tried to garnish her wages, but there was no wages to garnish. So I don't know what happened there, but they tried to take money from her for fixing her, which was just horrible. And we have sent people to a lot of other hospitals. They've told us how happy they've been. We've had emails from hundreds and hundreds of people that said, thank you for telling us this. We're not going to go there. We're going to go somewhere else. And they've ended up happy where they've gone, and it's just, they're not for the patients at the Cleveland Clinic. They're just for their bottom line, their money, their advertisement. And my opinion is anybody that has to advertise that much and can't stand on their own reputation, they're just not as good as they are making themselves out to be, which we have found to be absolutely true. So if you respect your life and the lives of your donors, do not go to the Cleveland Clinic.
And by the way, Dr. Jihad Kayok was the one who laparoscopically did surgery on my aunt's kidney. If laparoscopically means jamming your big hand inside of a small cut where a bag is supposed to go inside and ripping the kidney out. And then Dr. David Goldfarb was the one who knew the kidney was damaged and put it inside of me and stitched me up anyways.
And the Cleveland Clinic's response to all of this was, well, this isn't the first time it happened, and it certainly won't be the last.